Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm doing an unboxing and first look of the newly released Hayabusa Lace-Up Pro Boxing Gloves. So stay tuned. Hey guys, Carlo here, and I'm really excited to be doing an unboxing and first look on the newly released Hayabusa Pro Lace-Up Boxing Gloves. Now, this is a pair of gloves I've been waiting for Hayabusa to release for a very long time now. I've done a review on their other models in the past. Obviously, the T3s are a very popular glove. They even have licensing through Marvel, so you have different types of styles like Iron Man, Thor, the Hulk, Spider-Man, all that. You have the H5s, the S4s, they have a lot of their models both come in Velcro and lace-up as well as synthetic and leather. So, you know, they really have the bases covered in that regard. But I always felt that they never really had a traditional, classical, contemporary boxing glove or boxing equipment, because they also released the headgear and their groin protector as well. So I feel like this is their answer to that. This is their answer to the individuals that are in more like traditional boxing. I feel like the T3s and H5s and those gloves are all really good gloves, but I always felt like they were kind of more marketed to like the mixed martial arts community. And that's not to say boxers can't use them, because as long as you're throwing hands, you can put on gloves and you're pretty much doing the same thing. I think it's just the way it's marketed, and the perception of the brand has not always been kind of with the contemporary boxing community. So they released these. I'm really excited to check these out. I'm gonna stop talking, I'm gonna cut this open, and let's go ahead and take a look at these gloves. I'm really excited. And I'm more or less excited just because I feel that Hayabusa, this is really, they're kind of like their big jump into making a traditional boxing glove. And from the photos, they do have kind of like a winning-like look to them. Not to say that they're gonna be like winnings, but they do have kind of that shape to the gloves. So, you know, boxing is kind of really a copycat, business. You see a lot of companies kind of come up with their own ideas, and then they just kind of benchmark off each other. So that's where, I think probably some of the inspiration came from. You have the invoice there. These gloves do retail for $249. You can get them in the pretty much traditional standard colorways: red, blue, black, and white. And I believe they make them all the way as small as 8 ounces all the way to 20 ounces. So they do have 4 colors to choose from and a different array of sizes. You have like this Welcome to Team Hayabusa card as well. And inside the box, it's nicely wrapped up. Put the box inside, it has it's kind of like this plastic, kind of like a matte plastic wrap on it. It says Hayabusa, so you have that little extra protection right there, and then the gloves themselves. Put that up to the side. So it comes in almost like feels like felt, like a micro felt bag with a Hayabusa in silver that's embroidered on the bag. You do have a traditional drawstring at top and a compression clip to open the bag. So the inside of the bag has a red liner, really nice and smooth. So in regards to presentation, that's really, really clean. And then the gloves are wrapped in wrapping paper. So we'll go ahead and toss that to the side, and I will take the gloves out of the paper. And so there you have it. So you have, here is the left glove in blue. I got it in blue, 16 ounces. So lace-up blue 16 ounces is what I decided to go with. And here is the right glove. So here they are next to each other. The left glove, it does have a little tag attached to it around the thumb. It says Hayabusa Boxing Perfected. So yeah, I mean, my first impression of it is, give the leather a little bit of a smell. It's full genuine leather construction. It doesn't have any like strong chemical odors coming off of it. The leather on here has a very nice shine to it, and I'll give it real close up. The Hayabusa is actually embossed into the leather in white, so that looks really good. It does utilize multi-layer foam padding. On their website, it doesn't really specify. They just say it's soft, pillowy padding. And again, I know a lot of you guys kind of make that connection to winning, because winnings have always had that reputation to be more soft and pillowy, but you can definitely tell that it's more on the medium to soft density side in regards to the padding. You have an attached thumb, no surprises there. On the back of the glove, you also have this Hayabusa patch. It says Hayabusa Boxing. I like this because it's actually made out of cloth, so no sharp edges, it's not plastic. And I do like that everything's blue. It kind of gives it a really kind of clean look to the glove. On the reverse side, it comes with round laces. Again, kind of very winning-like, but the end of the laces, unlike winnings, actually have plastic tips at the very end. So winnings are completely cut off. And you also have the Hayabusa Falcon on the lower wrist section, the weight, 16 ounces, blue piping, and again, the blue laces all the way there. You'll notice that it does have kind of a very pronounced tuck or finger roll. So you can tell, and I haven't even put my hands into the gloves yet, that does have quite a bit of a finger roll to it. You'll notice too that it does seem to have very little wrist support. You know, it doesn't seem like there's very much of an emphasis on the wrist section. The glove dimensions themselves looks, from a shape perspective, kind of like winning. It's not an overly huge or overly small compact glove. I'd say it's right in the middle, but I'd say that the cuff on this glove is a little bit on the shorter side, so it's a shorter cuffed glove. One thing you'll also notice with this is one of the, I think it's the right side, looks a little off. So if you notice the lacing track right here, and you'll see the stitching kind of comes up right there, and that was the first thing I noticed. It kind of just weaves in there. And initially I thought it was supposed to be like that, but if you look at the left side, it doesn't have that. So definitely a little bit of a QC issue right there. The left glove is definitely cleaner, but the right glove, you'll notice it has kind of like it goes in, then it kind of weaves, and almost looks a little crooked. So again, I'm not too sure if it's designed that way, or if my gloves just happen to be like that, because you can see the left one definitely looks straight, where the right one has a little bit of a curve to it. So, you know, for $250, to me, that needs to be perfect. The gloves themselves, for those of you that are wondering, they're manufactured in China. So the gloves are made in China, designed in North America. So for those of you guys that are into the whole branding or manufacturing part about it, these are made in China. I'd say the back of the wrist has a medium density foam padding. That's about 1/2 inch. The inside wrist foam padding is about 1/4 inch and is softer. So it's definitely a softer padding, and you can again see they don't put much of an emphasis on the wrist support. And I would think that would just, in my opinion, should be more rigid and kind of a little bit more harder. I wouldn't say it has to be hard as a rock, but just a little bit more stiffer on that side. So putting in my hand to the glove, they're definitely very comfortable. I love the liner on here. You put the right hand on too. That way I can feel both sides at the same time. So the first thing you notice right off the bat is the finger depth is amazing. I feel like the depth of the hand compartment is like perfect. One of the better hand compartments in terms of like ergonomics, where it places your fist in a perfect position. And I say that in a lot of my videos in regards to like how a glove feels when you put them on, but when you put these on, you'll know what I mean. For those of you that end up, plan on getting these or at least trying them on, man, your fingers go all the way and they tuck underneath. So as far as making a fist, these feel fantastic. The liner on it feels pretty good. There's really no bunching up around the top part of your hand. Maybe a little bit towards the end of your fingers, you feel a little bit of excess of material. It doesn't have that polyester nylon liner. Hopefully I can show it to you guys in the video. It's a black liner, nothing too crazy there. The thumb as well. The thumb feels really good. Doesn't feel awkward. It's in really good position. And it doesn't feel like the piping around the thumb is going to be an issue even with hand wraps on. So it doesn't feel tight, which is a good thing. The thumb depth feels good. It doesn't feel awkward. And the attached thumb does a nice job of keeping that tip pulled into this edge, that outer edge of the glove. So you don't have to worry about thumbing your sparring partner or whoever you're fighting. The grip bar feels good. And they also have like a little extra piece of memory foam or neoprene at the very end of the fingertip compartment. And again, there's a little bit of extra material right there. It would have been nice if that was a little bit flatter. But outside of that, I really love the hand ergonomics of this glove, the positioning. I just wish that there was a little bit more wrist support right there. It just feels really flimsy in this section, which is kind of a shame just because the gloves look so nice. I love the way the leather looks. The design of the gloves is really clean and that finger depth feels good. The foam itself, that multi-layer foam, obviously I haven't used these gloves yet. I can definitely foresee myself really enjoying these. Just by my initial feel of it, it's really soft. Pushing down on it, you can see that you'll be able to really land nicely on the bag. My only question is longevity. Sometimes when the glove foam is really soft, for those of you that are gym addicts and you're putting in 12 rounds on the heavy bag and 12 rounds on the double end bag and you're using it for sparring, you're going into the gym 6 days a week, I would kind of question how long that foam's gonna hold up just because of how soft it is and how the quality of that foam is on the inside. You know, it's multi-layer, so my best guess is maybe a combination between latex and some open and closed layered foams, that sandwich in between, the latex maybe being there just to be the buffer for the most shock absorption, and the other ones to kind of give you a little bit more feedback and more protection as well. But I can definitely tell you that these are gonna be more on the balance to, I won't say necessarily say puncher's glove, but more balanced and more of a kind of like that good feedback. So if you're really looking for a glove that gives you a nice pop and feel, I would venture to say that these are gonna be in that realm for sure, just by the way it feels when I'm putting these on. But overall, these are really solid for my initial thoughts. My biggest concern with these is gonna be the wrist support and the craftsmanship, at least on my right glove. And again, you can see just the stitching pattern right there on this outside edge is pretty crooked. So, and then you can also see just the way this kind of goes up. It kind of has a little bit of a diagonal lean to it, where the left glove did not have that. So just a concern, especially at the price point that I pay for this, but everything else looks good. Those are probably the two key things. The stitching on here looks really nice. I love the look of the leather. I love the depth of the hand compartment, and the foam feels like it's gonna be really fun to use when I'm training with these gloves. So once I start using them, that's when I'm really gonna be able to have a good verdict on what I think about these. But so far, pretty impressed by this. Just a couple small, little key things. Oh, and also just notice this right now. So the patch on the right glove as well. Man, the right glove just didn't get any love this time. You'll notice that the right glove patch is a little crooked too. Hopefully you guys can catch it on video, but it's kind of higher up on this end and then it kind of slopes down. So you can see there's more of a gap there than on that side, where the left glove, nice and straight. It has a little bit of a fold to it, but you can see it right there. But yeah, overall, I hope you guys enjoy this unboxing with me, give you guys a first look at these new Hayabusa gloves. You know, as usual, I'll be putting these to work in the gym, training with these, and then I will do my review. So if you guys have any questions or comments, make sure you guys leave them down below in the comments box. I'll put the link in the description box where you can find these new Hayabusa Pro boxing gloves. And I will see you guys later. Take care.